Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to another episode of the Astro Wanderer. Today, we're going on a deep journey together into Pluto, the planet of power, transformation, death, and rebirth. After all, tomorrow we're starting Scorpio season, and Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. And I'm talking about Pluto as a planet because in astrology it's still considered a planet. However, I know that in science it's not considered one anymore. But we will stick with astrology here. I'm super excited to dive in deeper with you on this topic because I think that everybody is fearing this planet. But yes, it might be your biggest struggle, but it's also the way how you can take your power back. And as you know me, if you've been here for a while, you know that I like to see the silver lining, and not only the silver lining, but helping you to understand each planet, each placement in your birth chart, and use it as your compass so that you can embody this energy and reconnect to your truth, feel better within yourself, come home within yourself so that you can create the life that you desire, which has been my mission all along since I started this podcast that was called A Life Up to Your Dreams back in 2021. So, yeah, 4 years. We're coming up for the fifth year anniversary next year. But yeah, I'm so excited to dive into this. And also, next week, I will have a fun episode on Samhain. I'm not sure if it's pronounced correctly, but the pagan festival that Celtic people celebrate, that it's now everybody calls Halloween. So I will have a fun episode with a ritual for you next week. But this week we are going deep and talking about Pluto. Also, if you don't know, that I'm off social media for a while. I decided that Libra season was time to balance, and I think Scorpio season for me, since it's actually in my second house, and I will explain to you what it means, I need to really like focus on my worth or really working on like things within me. And I've shared my dreamers letter. If you're not in there, what are you doing? Go on the link in the show notes and subscribe because that's a place where you receive astro updates every week. You receive rituals, reflections, more things when it's a full moon or a new moon about astrology. And that's a place where I share also like things of my life and how I use astrology in my day-to-day life. And also, that's where you can find all my events, all my offerings, and all of that. In fact, we just had an event yesterday for a new moon, but every month I have a couple of events. I have an event at the beginning of the month, the second Sunday, that it's free for everybody to just tune into using astrology as your compass. And then every new moon, I have a paid event where it's a new moon circle for people that really want to dive in deeper with this energy and body, where this full moon, new moon is falling in your birth chart, and how you can use it to move forward into your life and create the life that you truly desire. So make sure to be in my dreamers letter and you can subscribe on my website, which is luanabossetti.com/services. And that's where you can find us. Actually, not /dreamers letter, where you can find the dreamers letter thing. But yes, and Luana Bossetti, it's spelled LuanaBossetti/dreamers letter. So go there, go on the website if you want to book a reading with me. My availability for November is open, the calendar is open, and you can book astrology reading, birth chart readings, and also astrocartography reading, which stay tuned because it will be the full topic for November here on the podcast and into December as well, because I know I've talked a lot more about astrology because I think that that's the base. You cannot go into astrocartography if you don't know a little bit about your birth chart. But then we will dive in deeper in astrocartography in November. So stay tuned for that. But for now, let's take a collective breath together, and then we dive in into this episode. All right, beautiful people. So let's dive in deeper into Pluto. What is Pluto? What does it represent? Why we need to look at the house instead of the sign of Pluto to really embody this energy. I'm going to go through all of that today. So buckle up for this ride that we're going to go on together. So, first of all, Pluto is the planet of death, rebirth, transformation, and power. It's ruled by Pluto rules Scorpio, which is a water sign that people sometimes forget, but it's a deep water sign and it's fixed. So imagine the animal of the scorpion outside an air. It has an armor and also like a thing that can really bite, sting you. So it has an armor because it's very sensitive, but it needs to protect themselves, especially when they go in this deeper journey, emotional journey. They need to have this protection. But at its core, it's a water sign. It's very emotional, very sensitive, very psychic as well. No wonder that the season of the witch it's during Scorpio season because the witches are not afraid to go down deeper, to explore all these unknown, all these things that people might be afraid on a surface level. So Pluto really some symbolizes deep transformation and hidden things behind the surface. In fact, it rules death and rebirth because there is no endings and beginnings. There is no one without the other. It's a circle and invites us to confront what like must die, what must be released in our life, because when we release, we create space for something new. Like at its best, if you embody this energy, Pluto brings renewal, brings empowerment, brings spiritual evolution. If you're not afraid to go deep into the dark and bring light to all these shadows, to all these dark things, and bring them up to surface to heal, that's where the power lies, and it's so important. At its worst, let's say, it's all about shadow, but not in a leaky way. It's about obsession, control, distraction. So always we want to embody the higher road of each placement or each sign. In your birth chart, Pluto really represents, first of all, if we look at the sign, your generation collective like struggles and power, because from a struggle there is power. Instead, in the house, in your birth chart, that's personal to you, and it's the area of your life where you experience the most change, the most power dynamic, but also the most growth, transformation every birth. Pluto, it's really about intensity, depth. You're urging you to go deeper, to look into the truth because transformation is inevitable. You always go through a cycle of death, rebirth, and transformation. And if whether you choose it or not, and if you really ride the waves, if you're really able to like let yourself die and then rebirth again and let people go and you come in, like going into this cyclic way, that's when you won't fear Pluto anymore. But you will actually be able to understand and embody its power. Pluto right now, where it is, for the people that might not know. So Pluto is currently in Aquarius. It's been back and forth between Aquarius and Capricorn with retrograde, but from this year, 2025, Pluto is officially in Aquarius for the next 2, 3 decades. I don't remember right now. I think 2 decades, like 20 years or so. Um, until 20, actually, I know it. I have it written somewhere. 2044. So 2 decades from when Pluto first dipped its toes in Aquarius last year in 2024. So it's going to be here for 2 decades. This is a slow transit. That's why it's like start slow. It's so important. Pluto is officially in Aquarius from this year. I have an episode that will link below with the era of Aquarius that I recorded last year. But Pluto being here in Aquarius, it's really here to help us embody like innovators, to see the world in a way that it will be completely different after this transit. Pluto in Aquarius brings like innovation, technology, power to the people as well, freedom, coming back to remember that we are human beings, that we are all humans in this lifetime. So it's really important because Pluto will be back and forth. Pluto goes retrograde one time per year for a lot of months. Pluto just exited retrograde last week uh, because it went to retrograde May until October. So it's long retrograde. Half the year is retrograde, half the year it's in its like power, let's say. So when it's retrograde, if you were born with a Pluto retrograde, that could be a very transformational time. But when Pluto is retrograde, it's not at its power. However, when it comes back, and you might see the shadow side during the retrograde as well. When it comes back direct, which now until May next year, Pluto will be direct in Aquarius, we will see the things changing. We will see the skeleton coming out of the closet, all the things coming up to surface to be healed. It will be a death, rebirth, and transformation. And it will be like that for the next decade because Pluto, in the end, in Aquarius especially, wants to really be the visionary, the innovators. The world as it was during Pluto in Aquarius cannot be like that anymore. It's time for a change. It's a new era. We need to give again the power back to the people, back to money, to break free for all the things that are holding us back and to really like revolutionize our life, revolutionize technology, like really see a new vision for this Pluto in Aquarius. So if you are hanging on too tight on what life was until 2024, that will be a very hard transit for you because Aquarius wants to break free from society, break free from what is like kind of caging them, break free from the box. It's out of the box thinker. It's about expansion, it's about freedom, it's really about, yeah, breaking free is the word that comes up because that's really Aquarius at its best. It's really power back to the people and respect one another. Everybody is different and that's what makes everybody like who they are. People that are weird, different, that's what you need to embrace, not mold into like the societal expectation, but really how can you stand out? How can you embrace your power and remember that what makes you weird and different, that's your superpower. It's very important for the next 2 decades to really be authentic, to break free from what is not yours and really connect to yourself, be authentic, and really come back to your power. So that will happen until 2044, and we will have each year Pluto going in retrograde for half the year and out of retrograde for half the year. But what's important in your birth chart, first of all, let's look at your birth chart the day that you were born. If you have any Pluto placement like close to your sun, moon, and rising, you are very Plutonian. If you have any like big aspects to the big three, that's really Pluto is really important for you in your lifetime. And then obviously Pluto comes like every certain amount a year to visit you. It's gonna square, it's gonna opposite, it's gonna like come on top of some of your placements. So the house that you have Aquarius in will be the one that for the next 20 years will be the most transformative one, because Pluto will go, now it's at 1 degree Aquarius and will go up until 29 degrees Aquarius before it will move into Pisces, and then back and forth until it will be settled in Pisces in 2045. So 20 years from now. So pay attention to the area of your life that it's Aquarius in. And then obviously also to the opposite side, the area of Leo, because that will oppose the Leo, especially if you have any placements, will be more important. And then obviously to the squares. So the sign of Taurus, because Aquarius is a fixed sign. So Aquarius, Taurus, and Scorpio. So you will look at this placement and see if you have anything there. And if you need any help to figure out how Pluto will affect you in the next 20 years or so, just come and see me. My calendar is open and I will be able to go deeper with you into that. But that's a little bit of an introduction. Now I really want to go first through this sign to give you what your generational transformation, what is like Pluto generational like power and transformation and struggle. And then we will go deeper into the houses, which is like more accurate for your birth chart, because again, we look at the sign for the generational transformation, but then you need to look at the house for your specific interpretation. So let's go through the sign. I'm going to go through all the signs, but bear in mind that like the generation that probably is alive right now and listening to the podcast will start from like Pluto in Leo that started in the early 20th century. But I'm going to go through all just to give you a little bit of insights and give you the dates as well. So if you don't know your Pluto placement, with the dates, you will know as well. Let's start with Aries. Pluto in Aries are the people that were born between 1823 and 1851. So probably most likely not alive right now unless they are like superhuman. But this Pluto in Aries, it's about the pioneers. Like it's about revolution and transformation through your boldness, through your independence, and really revolution that ignited change in life. Now, I'm not an history, I'm not looking history, but you can look back in history if you like that and see what happened between this time and what change was initiated. Then we move into Pluto in Taurus. It was between 1852 and 1881. That was about the builders, the generation that started to like focus on stability of material growth, of being on this lifetime. How can they share the resources? How can they share the information? These were the people that after the initiation, they started to build something. Then we move into Pluto in Gemini, that it was between 1882 and 1913, so the beginning of the 20th century. These were the communicators. Pluto in Gemini really helped people to open their mind, to like become curious, to drive in innovation, information changes. Maybe that was the time. I just put it out there. Don't quote me on that because I'm not sure, but what's coming up for me, it's like maybe that was the time where the first like radio or things like that were born, like journal or newspapers and all of that. Then we had Pluto in Cancer. That was between 1914 and 1938. That was the nurturer, probably the generation that focused more on family, securing, and also emotional connection. Like the most important thing was to have these big families and to be in tribes together, to be connected together. That was really important for that generation. And now moving into the ones that are closer to this age, we are talking about Pluto in Leo. That was between 1939 and 1958. This was the creators. And when you create something, you also need to kind of like disrupt something. That was when the wars were happening in the war. That was when people really were challenging authorities. People wanted to feel like they could express themselves, they could be charismatic, and they wanted to inspire individuality. If the era before was more about community, this was more about, okay, how can I stand up? How can I be my best, most expressed self? And then we move to the next generation, Pluto in Virgo. This is between 1957 and 1971. After this war, after this, like coming back to yourself and your self expression, these were the healers, people that really had to transform through health. Some health and new disease came in, some like work and service, like some people started to be at service. The work industry changed as well. These were the one that started to, okay, after we had the war, after like things disrupted, how can we heal again? So these were the healers. Then we move in Pluto in Libra. This is between 1972 and 1983. After healing and all of that, this was like the peacemakers. This was the time to really balance. After healing, you also need a time of integration and balance. These people thrive on justice, equality, and balance. That could be your biggest struggle, but also how you can take your power back. You can take your power back to come back into balance. And then my generation, Pluto in Scorpio from 1984 to 1995. So late 90s. These, we are the alchemists. We are the people that came here to, like the deep wise soul, to address and confront all the taboos. Like we are rewriting all the taboos. Why is it taboo? Go deeper into all of that. This is a sign that Pluto rules in Scorpio. Like, how can we take our power back? How can we transform, let go, like embrace death, rebirth, and really be the people that can help others to transform as well? This is my generation, and I see that for millennials, especially, I see that so much that we are the one that shifted things, the one that like went deeper and questioned everything. And then from 1996 to 2008, this is Pluto in Sagittarius generation. You guys are the seekers. After we went deep, you are the one that are like, okay, what is my truth? How can I expand my horizon? How can I expand my beliefs? How can I travel, discover different things to create my own truth? They are the adventurer, the seekers. And for them to be in their truth, it's so important. Then we had Pluto in Capricorn, the people that were born between 2009 and 2023. This is like the new generation. They are the reformers, they are the change maker, the ones that will transform like system and institution and really make us connect again to that energy of the Capricorn compassionate leader, to leave your mark in the world. What's your legacy? What do you want to leave behind? And then people like the newborns of the world, people that were born between 2024 and that will be born until 2044, these are the innovators. These are, again, the rebels, the revolutionary. They will see technology in a completely different way. They're here to disrupt the society, to come back to humanity like we are human beings, and two, they are the one that will carry that freedom and humanitarian vibe as well. And then after that, the cycle will end with Pluto in Pisces that will start in 2043, deepening its toes, until 2066. So there will be the future generation, maybe your future kids or grandkids or ancestors as well. They will be the mystic. I hope I hope I will be alive at the time. It's in like 20 years from now. Hopefully, I'm in my early 30s, and I cannot wait also to see how the world will change and how we will come back to that witch energy, to the mystic, to the one that everybody will have their beliefs and will connect to something out of themselves. The power will be back to the arts, to the universe, to dreamers. I'm so excited for that. That will be definitely an interesting time as well. But this is about that's your biggest transformation, your power struggle, maybe, but also your greater power. So you are not here alone with this. This is a generational thing. So you can also lean into people in your generation to help you with that. And now we're going to go deeper into you personally, your birth chart. So you will have to look at your birth chart and see where Pluto falls in your birth chart, because that will be the house where you're really meant to transform. The house that maybe will have like the most power struggles. You might need to like have a lot of death, rebirth, and transformation, but that will be like how you really take your power back. Sorry for the interruption, but somebody like ring the bell. Anyways, we were saying that now we're going through the houses and where you are meant to transform and take your power back. So if you have Pluto in the first house, that's like the phoenix rising from the ashes, because you need to constantly shed identity. The first house is Aries, but also it's about your body, your identity. So you really need to be able to shed different identities, and that's how you reclaim your power. You will have a lot of identity throughout your life. You don't have to cling into one. Transformation begin within you. And when you are able to go to this cycle of release and renewal and rebirth, then it's where you will take your power back. Be like the phoenix always rising from the ashes. Second house, your struggle and power lies in your self worth. You're really learning to find security within yourself, like you are safe and secure within yourself. You are valuable and you are worthy just the way you are. There's no money, there's no possessions that are not control, job, material resource that will make you more safe, secure, or worthy or enough. You're worthy enough just the way you are. And that's your biggest struggle, because we live in a 3D world, but it's also how you embody your Pluto power. If Pluto is your third house, that's your mind. The power lies in your mind, your words and your thoughts, all so much power. So you really need to be mindful on which words and thoughts do you have. So really transform through communication, seek your truth, speak your truth. It's that Gemini energy of not speaking just for the sake of doing, but really connecting the knowledge, be the channeler from source through this word, through your voice. It's really important. Your voice will be your biggest struggle, but also how you take your power back. Fourth house, you are the ancestral healer. You are here to transform and to really carry, but transform and release deep emotional and generational patterns. You are here to heal all the family wounds and create emotional safety. But by doing that, you really need to go deeper, discover what they are, be aware, bring them to surface, heal them so you can rewrite stories for the future ancestors. Fifth house, if you have Pluto in your fifth house, you are the creator, you are passionate, you really need to transform with love and creativity. You need to be able to express yourself fully and turning like that fear and that like emotion into creation. That's the inner child, needs to create, needs to play. So that's very important for you. If you have Pluto in the sixth house, You are the healer here, and you will heal through work and health. These will be your mirrors, your biggest struggle, and that's how you will transform. Maybe you will have some health struggle, and you will have to purify your body and mind to take your power back. Or maybe you will have work struggle and you will need to change career to be at service to others. Remember, Pluto in Virgo, it's the healer, the one that are at service to others. If you have Pluto in the seventh house, relationships are your catalyst for growth. There might be so many power struggles in relationship, but they will teach you about trust, authentic connection, intimacy, and through relationship, you will be able to take your power back. If you have Pluto in the eighth house, that's double Pluto energy because Pluto rules the eighth house that it's Scorpio. So for you, it's really important to go deep, face your deepest wounds, your deepest fears around control, around power. And really, by going deeper, you will be able to bring things to heal in the surface. And really, you need to live with your emotional truth. You really need to be living with your emotion, like be connected to them. If you have Pluto in the ninth house, that's the truth seeker. You need to release the dogma, the societal things, and really expand your mind. Transformation might come to you in forms of philosophers during travels, maybe, or to go on this adventure that will reveal you what's your highest truth. Truth is so important for you, and that's how you transform to really expand yourself, expand your horizon, expand your mind and beliefs. If you have Pluto in the 10th house, you are the empowered leader. You are meant to transform through your career, your public life. You are really here to change systems, redefine success. And when you redefine that for yourself, you will be able to help others as well. If you have Pluto in the 11th house, you are the visionary rebel. Your transformation unfolds through community. You might be a devotee to certain causes. You might do humanitarian work as well. That's how you will be able to be the change you want to see in the world. And that starts with you, of course, but you are here to also use society and collective to come back to your power. And last but not least, if you have Pluto in the 12th house, your power lies in surrender, a word that so many people don't like, but it's not about giving up, it's about giving in. You need to forgive yourself, forgive others. You really need to go into a deep spiritual journey through compassion. You will transform to really know that there's so much that you can control. And really, when you live in the flow with the universe, with God, whatever you want to call it, it's really how you take your power back. So we've come full circle from Aries to Pisces, from the first house till the 12th house. So let me know in the comments on YouTube or on Spotify where's your Pluto placement. And if you need any help, find it out. If you need any help embody this energy, my calendar is open. Go to luanabossetti.com/services to find everything. And I'll come back next week with a spooky, witchy episode that I'm so excited about. So until next time, peace and love. Ciao.